everyone, this is Author Goddess with Let's Talk. We are doing a special on location episode with the mother of bunnies herself, Sable. Hi,
Hey, author
Sable, how are
goddess.
you?
I'm okay. I'm okay. How are you? I'm glad to see you. It's been a long time since we spoke.
It has been. There has been quite a bit of adventure going on in our lives,
That's one
right?
way of putting it, I guess.
All right, so there has been some very specific adventure in your life recently. I understand that there was an attempt on your life.
It
Now,
was
this is
yeah.
this is something that could drastically affect every one of the houses. So could you please let our viewers know what exactly happened?
To be honest with you, I don't remember any of it. I understand that I was in my study. I remember that much. It's been my habit. There's usual okay, ever since the November War, there's been visitors that have come to, they want to talk to me about whatever, and I tend to see them in the evening in my study. Um, James was out of town on assignment. Uh, the person didn't seem that unusual, and they didn't specifically recognize them. The Ausla didn't. Them, anyway. I don't even know he, she, but they weren't really paying that much. Okay, okay, I undersell them. I don't know. I don't know what happened. What I know is that there was a momentary distraction of some kind, and I was stabbed multiple times. So this person was up close and personal and right in my face. And then they tried to make off with this, and Stretch cast a spell and burnt them to a crisp. And then they rushed me to hospital. So,
And this being the tome, of
yeah,
course.
yeah, well, yeah, yeah.
And
Oh, sorry.
assuming that
Yeah. Okay. Sure. Yeah. Good idea, James. Yeah. Yeah.
so
Okay.
the tome is still safe and still in your possession.
Yes.
And do you have any idea who could have possibly been behind this?
Well, okay. There's some obvious suspects, but I've learned my lesson from the last war. I'm not about to just go. Okay. It's got to be these people because that's how it looks. So, but the Owls are investigating, and I trust that they will know what they're doing and be able to find out. Unfortunately, I was in an induced coma, and they give you this drug. I don't remember what it's called. Big long name, starts with an M. The whole point of it is to prevent the formation of long term memory, because actually being in a coma with tubes in your body and all this pain is traumatic, and they've learned that recovery is better and more likely if you don't have those traumatic experiences. We learned this with Aaron's accident many years ago, but so yeah, I don't have any memory of the incident at all. I can't be of any help. I've tried. If anything does come to me, I'll let people know. In the meantime, there's no body to investigate. Stretch is dragon blooded. He's a sorcerer, and everything was burnt to ashes. We can't even identify DNA.
So CSI is no help in this case, huh?
No, not much. The security footage seems to have been inspelled or interfered with in somehow. It's not like we don't have security, but it's everything. All the cameras buzzed out or went blank. Yeah, so uh, if there's going to be more found out, we're going to have to find out what people know. Somebody must have seen something, and hopefully they'll come
Hmm.
to us.
Now, time for the hard questions. Is there a chance this was an inside job?
I suppose there's always a chance. I mean, I don't want to think that, but it's the Iron
But it
Tome.
hasn't been ruled out?
I don't know who I could think it were. I trust that the Ausla had my best interests at heart. I know that some people have wondered about James, but no, he was out of town. He was out of town on assignment. He had just been coming back in. uh, Kit was organizing house defenses and was not present in the study. Gwen was the one who was off shift. She was sleeping. Stretch reacted to the situation, right? So, whether or not it's family members, I mean, I don't want to think that. I don't believe it, but I mean, it's the Iron Tome. It can theoretically do anything you want. I'm sure lots of
Mhm.
people would kill for that.
So does this change anything about the secession situation that has been going on?
No, and I think that should probably be absolutely clear right by now. Prince Jean has really been stepping up, holding the fort, doing the job. He's still my heir. I have no intentions of changing that. I'm sorry if there are people out there who prefer biology to, you know, other forms of family. I don't think that's important. Gene has all the requirements to be the chief rabbit if he ends up stepping into the position. He's a were-rabbit. He is a literamancer. I'm sure he can pass the tests. If he doesn't, well, then perhaps there are some secondary choices, and maybe the forgelings are where they will be found.
All right. Well, it sounds like you have the political aspects well in hand. How are you doing on a personal level?
I'm stressed. I'm not gonna lie. Obviously, this is the recovery has been challenging. I'm still not at my best. Yeah, I have good days, I have bad days. I really appreciate I was gifted this by the Penguin Prince, and it's a lovely little bird carving there. It's beautiful. I found it very helpful. It's enspelled to reduce fatigue, so it's been particularly useful, but I have needed it to get around, and some days I need it more than other days. There's talk about moving the Warren, that the security may be necessary. I haven't made up my mind about that yet, but I'm seriously considering it. I I don't want to. We've done so much work to try to make the Warren accommodating for everybody, but it's so big, it's hard to keep track of everybody, and maybe that's something that we ought to be a little more firm of. Maybe I've been too lax on that.
Hmm.
How about you? How are
Now,
you doing? I mean, okay, I'm sorry. I get, yeah, it's my interview. Well, I'll talk to you about it after. But I hope you're doing well. You look good.
thank you. Thank you. Uh, how are you holding up with the Tourney of Tales in full swing?
I've had to pull back a little more than I have wanted to. But House Lappin is writing well, and I Jean's doing a good job. I'm proud of all of my bunnies. They're all doing amazing, and ultimately we're here to practice our skills anyway. If if we do end up in some other war in the future, then they're not going to give us a break, right? So,
Yeah,
but it's good to practice, right? And I'm just glad that it's not imperative that I be at my full strength at the moment. But now I know that Gene could take care of it if he had to, and that's a good feeling.
excellent. Excellent, excellent. So, does this at all change any of your plans going forward with the union of the houses or with the potential of a third war in the future?
I hope there's not going to be a third war, but we are going to prepare for it. I mean, it's happened 2 years running now. It's reasonable to expect that it may happen again, that there may be something cyclical and magical that is happening that we may have to prepare for. Um, Jean is still quite determined to marry Siobhan. Siobhan has been an invaluable support to me here. She's also been in and out of the Warren assisting, which is why they've put their plans on at least, postpone them. I hope that we'll be in a position that we'll be able to do it in the summer like they want to do.
Excellent. And do you know who would be officiating over that?
That's a good question. I don't think they've made a decision about that yet.
After all, a royal wedding is something to celebrate, and everybody will want to be involved.
That's true. That's true. Yeah, it's a lot. I hope that yeah, I hope that things will be in a place where we feel that it can happen. Stretch wants me to postpone it some more. He feels that security has not yet been sufficiently established to risk such a thing. He's not wrong, but I don't want everybody to live in fear, and I don't want to live in fear either. Life has to go on, right?
Mhm. Yep, unless you're dead.
Well, then I guess on life goes on, I suppose.
Alright, so we have the end of the tourney coming up and the royal wedding to plan. It sounds like you're going to continue to be busy. Is there anything else that you want people to know before we
Just
end this?
sometimes I'm just not going to be up to being there, and if I'm not, carry on, guys, carry on. Don't worry about me. I'm okay. I'm as safe as I can be, and we we're needed, right? We're needed. So don't let that deter you. There are lots of good, strong people here, and right on.
Excellent. All right. Well, if there's any last things that you want to add, um, or if you would like to let people know where they could send well-wishing gifts and messages, now would
Oh,
be the time to say that.
you know what? We established a hotline. I don't remember what the numbers are, but it was one Elajera that was initially established to give us information when Stretch was under suspicion. But it's still active. It might be a good place to call to find out where things could be if you just want to talk, or if you want an address or something. I'm sure people would be happy to give that to you. I don't really know what the ASLA wants to do about that. They probably want to check any packages that are sent to me at this point. So I apologize. They're going to be doing that.
All right. Well, the game of or the Tourney of Tales, the Tourney of Tales is going along smashingly, and good luck to your house and to all
Thank
of the
you.
houses that are participating. It's good to see all of the minor houses that have returned, and I hope that you place as well as can be expected.
Thank you. And I good luck to you as well, and good luck to all the houses as well. I can't wait to see who's going to win the tourney this year.
All right. And we will be posting information for those who would like the number and anything else in the descriptions for our videos. So check those out. And thank you for joining us for this live special episode of Let's Talk.
Thank you so much, Author Goddess.